We also do influencer marketing as well. I own a separate full service agency called Copper Rock Marketing. We do everything from website development to, kind of all of the traditional go to market channels. But really where we focus in is we are we like to call ourselves a fractional marketing team. So for companies that can't afford to have a CMO or a VP of marketing and all of the services, we handle a lot of those things for them. So that's kind of who we are. Today, we're going to focus in on affiliate marketing. Would love to just get a sense from you guys what your familiarity is with affiliate marketing, if any.
Amazon affiliates.
Okay. Yep, the Amazon Associates program, kind of the biggest and baddest out there. Yeah. Go High Level has a huge affiliate program. They do a ton there. That's how they've driven a lot of their growth. So yeah, that's great. Anybody else?
Your question was,
What's your familiarity is with affiliate marketing in general?
if you have a lot of traffic or platform with traffic, you can host other people, links to other sites or people services, and as it converts in their sites, you can make commission.
Love it. Yep, that's great. So we'll go through. Go ahead and we actually just came off of here, so not sure why we're not.
We could also hardwire, yeah.
We can do that too. That's super easy. You can cast it. Cast better here.
That's probably good step one.
All right, you've got it.
My conversion process came through being locked out of all family chats.
That's actually why I don't do it. The FaceTime. Yeah, you should have that. No, it should just be in your Google Drive. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I have one.
Yeah. 6267. All right, perfect. Mitch, if you just want to go the first one. So actually flip through this one. So just a little bit about Digital Summit, me specifically. I've been in the affiliate space since the late 90s. I'm dating myself, I know. But early on I started and then ran the Ancestry.com affiliate program, grew it into a fairly big powerhouse in the space. We did about $2.2 million a month in sales just through the affiliate program. So you can imagine at that point, it was an AOV of about $100. So you can imagine the volume that was pumping through there. We did a lot of work on the integration side, integrating all of the core backend databases of Ancestry into our partner sites so that you could search and find records, at least limited records, on partner sites before you came to the Ancestry site. So that's kind of where I started with affiliate programming. I guess I'd back it up a little bit before that, worked for a subsidiary of Microsoft called Entertainment Publications and ran their affiliate program as well. So as we think about the real key attributes of affiliate marketing, we kind of put them into these three pillars. First, we look at technology. There's lots of technology out there. On the very, very inexpensive end, you can deploy your own SaaS solution, you could deploy your own server and do tracking for affiliate programming. There's lots of cheap, inexpensive solutions that you can deploy. Those come with some drawbacks. The technology platforms that we prefer to put our clients on are all what I would consider the kind of top 5 networks. And I'll go into that in a little bit more detail here in a minute. But they are third-party solutions that integrate directly into e-commerce stores or just websites, if it's a lead gen site, where we can do all the tracking. They help to manage affiliate relationships, so they manage all of the tracking, the payments, the tax implications. So 1099s at the end of the year that you don't want to be doing. We then look at the financial models that are associated with affiliates. And again, I'll dive deeper into these. This is primarily a pay-for-performance channel. That performance could be an actual sale, it could be a lead, it could be a number of different models, but it's what makes affiliate marketing so powerful rather than, we think of ourselves as, you have big rocks out there on the internet. You've got Googles and the Metas that you're paying on a either per 1,000 impression or generally on a per click basis. You're hoping then that you can convert that traffic into an actual sale and that on the back end, your ROI is positive. With affiliate marketing, you can guarantee a positive ROI because you're only paying on a transaction that you find value in. And then lastly, I really think about affiliate marketing as a relationship marketing focus first. It's about developing relationships. Even though these may be large Fortune 500 companies, big mass market media, it's still about developing relationship, individual negotiation, and trying to extract more opportunity out of each of these partners. So as we talk about affiliate marketing, again, high level for those who, many of you obviously have some experience with it, but it is essentially a 3-way triangle between publishers, advertisers, and the affiliate networks themselves. So the publisher, think of those as the affiliates. Those terms are used synonymously. The publisher and the affiliate, they have the traffic. You mentioned, hey, if you've got traffic, how do you monetize that? You can do it in a couple of different ways, affiliate relationships being one of those. The second is that advertiser entity. The advertisers are the brands generally. These are brands like Ancestry, like Greenworks Tools, many of the brands that you're out there, Dyson is another big program. The second part of the advertiser could be a retailer. So it could be somebody like Amazon, right? So all their, online platform, they have some of their own products, but they resell others' products. Same thing with like a Best Buy. Best Buy is not creating their own products. They're buying them from other manufacturers and then creating a platform. So folks like that also have affiliate programs. And then lastly, we talked briefly about the networks. Networks are those third-party solutions. They sit there as an independent arbiter. They sit between the publisher and the advertiser and ensure that tracking is correct. They provide a platform for reporting. They provide a payment platform as well. So that's kind of the very high level of what affiliate marketing is. Some examples of publishers, and these are some that you may be very familiar with, some that you're not. Somebody like a Retail Me Not. Clearly those guys focus very heavily on deals and opportunities that are out there, driven primarily by coupon codes. That's all an affiliate relationship. They're getting a % of every single sale that they refer to that manufacturer. You have folks like the Money Group. So these are big mass market publishers, mass market media publishers that generate tons and tons of content. In the past, these groups, similar to like USA Today, Good Morning America, they all generated content and people would subscribe to get that content. And that was their revenue model. I don't know about you guys, but the whole magazine industry has really died. And so groups like Money, USA Today, Better Homes and Gardens, Good Housekeeping, they're still creating that content, but their monetization strategy is very different. They now rely on affiliate links to help drive that. So that's an example. Capital One Shopping, they have both an online platform as well as a browser extension. So if you're visiting a site that you like to purchase from, and you have the Capital One Shopping plugin, that'll prompt you with, hey, save 5%, use this code. That's, again, all affiliate driven. We have a couple of others like Upsell It. You've probably never heard of Upsell It before. They sit as a technology provider. So we have a number of brands who we use Upsell It with. They essentially sit on, we plug a little piece of code into the advertiser's site, and upon abandonment, so if somebody goes to click out of the site, hit the little X, they actually will do a pop-up of, essentially what they have is a abandon pop-up or an exit pop-up, where they're providing a additional coupon or discount for that consumer to stay on, purchase, and engage with them. They also have an anonymous email retargeting solution that essentially says, great, we've got millions of email addresses. We know who these individuals are who are hitting your site. You may not know who they are because they haven't provided you with their contact information. They then trigger an external email with your offer if the consumer uses that, either clicks on their link or uses their coupon code to get the discount. They get their affiliate commission that way. So again, lots of different types of affiliate publishers out there. Their business models vary, everything from technology inclusions like a Capital One Shopping to coupon and deal sites. Ellie will actually go through, Ellie's one of our recruiters, and so she'll go through and talk to you guys about some of the affiliate types, and we have this whole kind of 365 view of affiliate types that we will recruit through. If you look at advertiser examples, you guys named some of these, right? You know, Amazon. Amazon Associates is the largest and was one of the original affiliate programs out on the internet. They unfortunately are one of the most terrible affiliate programs out there. They give you very low commission rates. You don't have a lot of visibility. Most brands actually prefer to run their own because they can control the relationships with the affiliate, with the publisher. As an Amazon associate, the brands themselves never have any interaction with those publishers, so they can't influence their ability to do more or do less, give them a better commission rate, give them content, whatever that may be.
Except the one benefit is Amazon, if they click your link to buy that one product and they add the other 5 things in their cart, you get the affiliate fee on all of it.
That is correct. The challenge that you will have with it, so I'll speak on both sides. So as an affiliate, it makes a ton of sense. So as a publisher, you can put out a little link. You could actually include the product description, everything right inside your site. Amazon does a really great job making that easy for you as a publisher. As a brand owner, it is the exact opposite. It's actually very, very difficult to engage that way. So again, lots of different types of publishers. We threw some of ours at the bottom, just so you guys can kind of see, who we work with. Network examples. I talked about the 5 major networks. These are the 5 major networks. These two, Rakuten Advertising and CJ, formerly known as Commission Junction, are the 2 probably largest and bellwether networks out there. Most of the Fortune 500s will be found on one of those 2 networks. That's a double-edged sword as well. We run programs on all of the networks. The challenges that you're going to get with these 2 specifically is they're old and antiquated. They're not spending a lot of money to update their networks. The interesting tie between these 2 companies, CJ is based in Santa Barbara, California. Impact.com is also based in Santa Barbara, California. Essentially what happened is CJ had a bunch of their upper tech folks, so VPs and above, who said, hey, we really want to take the platform in a certain direction. CJ did not want to do that, so they left, started Impact, and it is now the most technologically advanced of all of the networks out there. So that's fantastic. Awin is actually a European-centric network. They have been in the UK, they're headquartered in the UK. They've been in the UK for 20, 25 years. They actually bought a US network called ShareASale. They ran it concurrently for about 8 or 9 years, and just in the last year, it was fall of last year, they finally absorbed ShareASale, so it's now just AWin. They're great if you want to run a multinational program. So if you want to run a program in Spain, in the UK, in Germany, in the Asia Pacific region, AWin is a fantastic solution for that. They have some limitations here in the US. So if you are just targeting US, they're inexpensive, but they have some limitations. Ellie could talk to you about some of the limitations there in terms of the recruiting platform, even the content and ad platform that they have. AvantLink, they're a hometown group. So they're based in Park City. They have built their niche around the outdoor space. So REI, who are some of the other big ones that they have? Shields. Yeah. Say that again.
Is this the, there was a Park City group, was it backpack.com or backpack?
So you have Backcountry. Yeah, Backcountry is up there. Backcountry is on AvantLink. They're two separate groups, but they only focus in, but I won't say they only. They will take any program, but they are we run some Second Amendment programs, meaning, guns, firearms, accessories for that industry. So they own that marketplace, but I wouldn't put another program type on AvantLink. They're a little bit more expensive, but even their publisher base is very specific to the outdoor sector. So if you're doing anything outdoor, it's a great solution. Again, we talked a little bit about affiliate marketing. How does it work? Like, what is the kind of use flow here? You find the affiliates, you engage with them, you contract with them. The affiliate shares their link or their discrete coupon code. That customer engages with the link, so if they click on it, it'll set their cookie. Generally, a cookie duration is about 30 days. That's the average for the industry. You can set it as long as you want or as short as you want. So there are certain companies like jewelry stores and ring makers and those kind of folks. They have a session-based cookie only. So if you don't engage at that point, you don't get credit for it. So depending on the industry you're in, you can kind of adjust that. But if the customer engages with the link or with the coupon code, it sets them as the referring party. Customer then goes to a landing page. Again, it could be just the main site. It could be a bespoke landing page. It could be a product page. And on any of the major e-commerce solutions. So it could be a homegrown e-commerce solution or something like a Shopify, a WooCommerce, any of those things. Customer makes a purchase. The business gets that sale. The affiliate immediately gets credit for that sale as well. And they get a commission off of the sale. And this is just that virtuous cycle, right? It keeps on happening. Those links, while we run a bunch of brands programs, the benefit that you have is over time, you're growing your pool of affiliates. Those links, once you get them up on a site, they don't very often come down. Unless it's something that you're paying a slotting fee, an inclusion fee in an email newsletter. We do a lot with coupon and deal sites, and we can pay to promote that and get it on their homepage. That only lasts for a certain amount of time. But with most affiliates, those things, once they're there, they become evergreen opportunities for these brands. You may ask yourself, why does this matter to me? Like, is this even something that's worthwhile investing in? Some data out there, as of 2022, the affiliate industry, and this is globally, generated just over $17 billion in sales. US market accounted for 8.3 of that. So huge growth, huge opportunity, specifically here in the US, but anywhere between 10 to 15% of the total internet transactions are actually being referred through an affiliate. For our programs that we manage, we say a good program is 15%. A great program can equate to 20, 25, 30% of the overall sales for that brand. You can kind of see the growth that's happened and the hockey stick. Like I said, I've been in this for a long time. So I've watched this growth happen, and there's a couple of drivers behind it that we'll talk about in a little bit. We go to the next one. Today, again, 2022 was a $17 billion opportunity. 25, $18.5 billion opportunity. And that is the global affiliate industry. In terms of market penetration, you think of all of these great brands that are out online, 81% of them run an affiliate program of some sorts. It could be an ambassador program, it could be a number of different things, but 81% of them use this. Growth rate for affiliates right now, about 20%. And then I think this is probably the most important piece of affiliate marketing. You get it on average an ROI of 15 to 1. You think of a great performing paid search campaign that may have a 4 to 6x ROI, right? Because of the way that we can work with affiliates and the types of publishers that they are. You generally won't get one specific affiliate who's going to rival a Google. But between the mix of, let's call it 500 affiliates, that group as a entirety can actually drive meaningful results to your business. Again, 15 to maybe 30% of your overall sales, but you're doing it at such an effective cost per acquisition that it is an important piece of any mix, marketing mix. As we look at our approach, and I'm going to pull Ellie up here in just a second to kind of talk through this. You may be wondering, how do you do this for yourself, right? How do you launch your own affiliate program? We think that there are kind of three main areas that we need to focus in. One is creating a solid foundation. So there's actually a lot of work that you need to put into an affiliate program before you even launch it to your first affiliate. There's a ton of research and a ton of tools that are available. Again, you can go and create your own logins to every single one of those major 5 networks. So you can go and benchmark what your competitors are doing. You can look at anybody in your space to say, hey, what are their commission rates that they're offering? What's the cookie duration? Should I set it at a 15-day? Should I set it at a 45-day? Should I use this as an outlier? So, there's a lot that you can learn beforehand. The next piece, and probably one of the most important pieces, is the commission model. How do you want to pay these affiliates? And what's an appropriate compensation? The affiliate industry is a pretty unique beast. Again, because I was around doing marketing during the whole .com implosion, I was very familiar with the different core models. You had your CPM model, cost per 1,000 impressions. I just want to get eyeballs. And in 2008, that was the big monetization strategy. We just want more eyeballs to the site, so we're going to pay for those to come. Then you kind of get into the Google realm where we start paying per click. Hey, it's not just about eyeballs, but I want people actually visiting my site. I want people actually engaging with one of my ads. So we'll move to a click model. You then kind of take one step further with affiliates. So you go cost per 1,000 impressions, cost per individual click. The affiliate world uses a thing called, why am I blanking on it? EPC, there we go. EPC, I'm like, so yes, earnings per click is a term that is very ubiquitous in the affiliate industry, but it's not what you think it would be. It's actually earnings per 100 clicks is the metrics that affiliates use to benchmark your program and your offer off against anyone else's. So EPC is really made up of 3 discrete factors. One, what is your AOV? Right? What is your average sales price of the product that you're selling on your site? 2, what's your commission rate? So again, great that I have a product that has a $1,000 AOV. If my commission rate on that is 1%, not going to be that helpful. The last thing is conversion rate. So it takes all 3 of those factors, AOV, commission rate, and conversion rate, and it distills it down into a single metric that affiliates, the publishers themselves, will use to benchmark your program against anyone else. Essentially what they want to say is, hey, for every 100 clicks that I send to you, what am I going to get paid versus anyone else? And so that EPC metric is kind of king in the affiliate spaces. Most of the networks will actually publish that rate. So they'll publish either a 7-day or a 30-day rolling average for your program. So the affiliates, the publishers can see and say, yep, I want to engage with these guys and I don't want to engage with them. As we look at commission structure, there are 3 main commission structures that are used in the affiliate industry. Percentage of sale. This is the most typical, the most common commission structure. Again, if a sale occurs, we back out taxes, we back out shipping amounts, we back out any returns, we back out any chargebacks. So you pay off a true net basis, and then you're paying typically anywhere between 5 to 30%. It depends on what your margin structure is. Obviously, the higher here and the higher your conversion rate means the better your EPC is and you're more attractive to go out and recruit against that. The next one is a CPA, so just a flat fee per transaction. We have a number of clients that use the CPA, or sorry, cost per sale model, a CPA model, with a flat fee structure. They do it, so one in particular, Zero Res. They're a franchise system for carpet cleaning. They're across the nation. They actually charge the individual fees back to the franchise owners. So for every sale that we're getting, they wanted some security in terms of it's just going to be a set amount. And so they selected this flat fee per sale because they didn't want the variability. They didn't want to say, oh, this is a carpet cleaning or this is a duct cleaning that could come with very different AOVs. They just wanted to have a single expense line that they could push to the franchise partners. And so they selected something like that. A flat fee per lead. So this is not typical in the affiliate space, except for in a couple of different areas. One being insurance. Insurance loves the cost per lead model. They understand what their lead conversion rates look like, and so they can do that. It also works for a product that has a very long sales cycle, and specifically a sales cycle that transacts offline. So instead of waiting 3 to 6 months, a mortgage lead, as an example, it's going to take you anywhere between 4 and 6 weeks to close a mortgage lead. Affiliates don't want to wait that long, so the mortgage companies will pay on a per lead basis, and then they will back it into ensuring that their ROI is positive there. There's just a lot more. There's a lot more risk that comes actually with both of these as opposed to this. With your percentage of sale, you know exactly what your margin structure is going to look like. There's no question marks. It's pretty consistent. As you start to move across, you may say, again, we have a client. They make high-end mailboxes. So their AOV, when we were first engaging with them, was about $250. So they came in with a flat fee, said, this is where we want to go. Well, they introduced a product that's $99. It's now like 75% of their sales, but they have a flat fee. So their margin structure just got eaten because of the model that they chose. Same thing goes on the cost per lead. If your lead process, so again, let's say it's an insurance lead. If your sales staff all of a sudden becomes overwhelmed, you're getting too many leads, whatever the case looks like, and your lead conversion declines, you now are stuck trying to figure out margins. It's why affiliate world we kind of move here, but there are other models just depending on the product type. Do you want to go through this piece?
Okay, so one of the most important aspects of affiliate marketing is getting affiliates, because if you don't have affiliates, then you can't help your clients. And so we kind of like to take a full funnel approach when looking at the recruitment process, because a lot of times it can seem easy to just like have a bunch of coupon codes out there, a bunch of these retail me nots and coupon sites that can just like push those out, and then hopefully people will see those. But then you're not getting a lot of good quality affiliates, you're not getting a good quality customers that are going to continue to engage and continue to come back to your sites. And so we like to look at a bunch of different types of affiliates, and that can be anywhere from browser plugins like we were talking about, email retargeters, content sites, mass media publishers, influencers. We try to kind of do a full range as we're in the recruitment process. And as you recruit in the affiliate world, you kind of start with the affiliates that are already on the networks. And so each platform has some sort of recruitment tool. Some are better than others, and some you can recruit directly within the platform. Some provide contact information that you can then reach out to them outside of the networks, which typically gets a better response from what we've learned. But a lot of times there's affiliates and there's people out there that don't necessarily have an account on the network that you're on, but we will find their information. There's different tools that we can use where you can find information for affiliates that maybe aren't on Rakuten but are on AWIN, and then contact them outside of the networks. And so we find a lot of success with doing that so that we can find affiliates that aren't only going to help provide quality sales and quality leads for the clients, but that are also unique to each industry that the brand is in. For example, one of our big clients is Greenworks Tools, and so they have a lot of people that are creating content on YouTube with lawnmowers and blowers and DIY projects. And so a lot of times we can see these people on YouTube that are already creating content for the brand, but aren't on the affiliate program. And so we can find their information, we can find ways to contact them, and then say, hey, like, we would love to partner with you. Sometimes we will do a exchange with product, sometimes we won't, and we'll help them have a unique code so that they can still make their content and still monetize what they're going to do on the different platforms, like YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, but then they can use our code and also get a commission on top of that. And so we typically like to work more towards that type of publisher and that type of affiliate instead of focusing just on coupon sites. Obviously, we like to engage with all of them because there's benefits that we can find through each of them, and having a full funnel approach helps to really have a strong, robust program. But as you find ones that are creating good content that you can also use for UGC and other aspects of that the brand, maybe it's not connected with the affiliate program, but the brand wants and is going to use in other ways in their marketing channels, then we can help kind of create a full approach for the brand and help have actual quality content being created.
Cool. Yep, thank you. So I wanted to give you kind of a very high level overview of what we think of launching a new affiliate program. Again, want to put the tools in your hands if these are things you guys want to engage with. But we really think of this in about a 90-day launch approach. That first 30 days is really focused in on all of the foundational work to make sure that you're setting up your program correctly. There's a lot of time that's spent in the setup, the determination of the affiliate network and the contracting with them, obviously identifying what your commission structure and program alignment looks like. What do you want to pay off of? It could be a Shopify integration. It could be any e-commerce integration here. Obviously, there's going to be a need for creative and copy approvals. So we do some of that work. The brands do some of that work where we can identify there are specific ad sizes that the affiliate world likes to play with. So there's, 9 or 10 different ad sizes that we will have. We like to load into any new program. We like what we call evergreen creative, that these are going to be always on. Affiliates can always use them. Obviously, we need to do the brand build out and profile build out on the network itself. There's a lot of things that we'll show you an example of that. And then we start publisher recruitment and building out a promo calendar. One of the things that Ellie does in her recruitment and engagement with existing affiliates is we have a bi-monthly newsletter that goes out for every single one of our brands. We're trying to stay top of mind. That could be with, again, promotions that we're pushing out. It could just be educational content about product that we're trying to put in the hands of the affiliates. As we think of recruitment, recruitment is a always on, always top of mind process for us. It's why we dedicate a whole recruitment staff around each of our programs. So as we look at publisher sources, of course, the networks. Each of those major networks have 100, 200, 300,000 known affiliates. Now, they're not all created equal and they're not all active. So trying to find inside of the tool, trying to find the right publishers to engage with is important. Ellie mentioned some of the work that we do off platform. We do keyword searching. So we get a list of core keywords for all of the brand products. We'll then go 3 pages deep, essentially, on those, looking for anyone who's not a direct competitor. And we'll reach out to see if there's an opportunity to engage with the affiliate program there. We've then also built a known database of active affiliates, about 70,000 active affiliates that we recruit against as well. Obviously, our publisher segmentation, Ellie showed you on the previous slide, all of those segments that we have, we actually communicate and engage with them differently once we recruit them into our program. So we tag them as such, and then we can push out certain content to a coupon site versus an influencer group versus somebody who has a content blog. And we're going to be pushing out different kinds of educational content and promotional content to them. Lastly, as we think about optimize and grow, this is a chance for us about 90 days to go, okay, let's take an inventory of the program. How quickly have we been able to grow it? What do our EPCs look like? Do we need to make any adjustments to our commission rates? Are there any ways for us to focus on up-leveling AOVs? So can we just focus in on specific high AOV products that can help the affiliates? Again, I mentioned we have the bi-monthly newsletter. We have one-on-one outreach to the top 20%. This is very much that 90-10 kind of equation with the affiliates. 90% of your sales are coming from about your top 10 publishers. So those are the people that we will put individual one-to-one communications in place with. We're working with them, especially if they're an influencer. Hey, can I get product in your hands for you to demo? In exchange for that product, let's define what that promotional plan looks like. How many reels, how many posts, how many videos are you creating? Those kind of things to get them product in their hands. It's mutually beneficial for them. They get the product. They get, obviously more sales coming through, beneficial to the brand as well. Wanted to go through, do you want to just log in? I wanted to show you guys what these look like. Again, we talked a lot about the top networks out there. I wanted to show you guys what they actually look like. Impact, and probably for the last year and a half, this has become our network of choice. They have a very low barrier to entry. I can, as an agency, onboard someone. I think minimum fees on that are like $30 a month. So that's kind of your minimum fees with that. You then pay a % of sale, or it's actually a % of publisher commissions back to them. But this is their platform. Do you want to get rid of the IPX? So this is, again, one of our brands. This is a soap brand. They're here local. They do acne soap for athletes, is essentially what they do. But you kind of come in and you can see obviously different date ranges, but this is your dashboard. You can take a look at actions driven, what it's cost, the revenue that's associated with it. You see all the details. As you scroll down, you can see all of the very specific publishers that we've recruited in that are actually performing inside of their platform. If I want to take a look at more, obviously I can dig in and see the full report. This will give me top 10 or so. As we look at total action, so they think of each sale as an action. In Impact, you can have lots of different actions. You can have some that you pay on, some that you don't. For instance, with Zero Res, we have 2 actions in there. One that is for the booking of the appointment. We don't pay anything off of that, but we want to understand what that conversion rate from booking the appointment to actually completing the appointment is. So we take a look at 2 transactions. So, 2 actions in that system. But then you can, again, take a look at not just revenue, but the actions that are being driven by the different publishers as well. Let's go and show, let's actually go to the content. So what's great about this is where we can load any sort of content. It can be text links, it can be banners, buttons, different size creatives. This is where we as a program manager come in and we can put all sorts of stuff. I can put them in different categories here. For whatever reason, you can't see it fully here, why it's cut off. But we can categorize that so the affiliates themselves can see, I want something that's specific about this upcoming promotion, and we'll put all the promotional imagery inside of that category. So they can come in here and they can select all of that. We also have the ability to put in, again, images, videos. We can put in full emails. So if you've got an email partner and they don't want to do any of the work, they just want to say, hey, give me the creative, we can upload a full HTML email inside of here. Coupons are really important. Coupons, we can just set generic coupons. Hey, this is a welcome 10. This is available to anybody. You don't get tracking credit off of that, but it'll just provide you a 10% discount. We also have the ability inside of the coupons to say, hey, this is a Ryan 10 coupon. We're going to assign that Ryan 10 coupon to a specific affiliate, and we'll be able to track through sales just on that. So it's both a tracking link and a discount code. It's kind of all I really wanted to show in here. Let's go to Rakuten. Rakuten is a much older network. You can kind of see some of the differences here pretty quickly. Perfect. So again, pretty high level data, doesn't give you a lot of detail into this. It'll give you a snapshot for you to be able to review the account. Maybe click on messaging, we'll show you this. This will give you a sense of how a bit antiquated this is. This allows you, go ahead and click on compose. Yeah. So I can specifically message one affiliate, or I can message a group of affiliates, however I want. So if I want to create a newsletter, I can do it to everybody, create a selection. Let's just go by, yeah. Yeah, we have different offers. So again, we don't treat every affiliate the same. So there are like our browser extension affiliates. It used to be Honey, but like Capital One. Because they're coming in at the last minute, right before transaction, if we gave them the same commission rates that we give everyone else, they'd have an outsensed, it would look like they were doing very well, but we'd probably be overpaying for what the value that they're actually driving. So we reduce their commission rates. You can kind of see in here, we have different affiliates. Our top, in this program, our top commission rate is 6%, but we have some that we take down to 1.5% based on what value they're actually driving. And so we'll negotiate that individually with the different types of affiliates. So we do all of those things. Yeah, I don't know that there's a whole lot else. They're all of the networks, while they may call things slightly differently, they may have slightly different functionality. It really is pretty much the same. Ellie, I was gonna say, do you want to show anything on the recruitment platform side?
Again, I don't really think there's...
I don't know that we need to. I think we're good. But again, just to kind of showcase a couple of them, we definitely like Impact a lot, just based off of what their technology stack has done over the last little bit. Just a couple of examples, some case studies. We took Greenworks Tools. So Greenworks Tools, when we first started with them, was doing about $15 million in overall online e-commerce sales. The end of our second year with them, they did $56 million in e-commerce sales. So they primarily work through retailers. You can find them at Costco, Best Buy, Home Depot, Lowe's. That's how they traditionally distribute their product. They have a very robust and very important channel now in their e-com business through greenworkstools.com. But a lot of that growth actually came here from their affiliate channel. Some of the things that we did, again, this was year one. So almost 500 recruited affiliates, a little over 20% of those, almost 25% of those were active. We drove about 15,000 monthly unique visitors to their site. For them, again, high ticket item, but because of how expensive their product is, we have an 8x ROAS. about 12% of sales. We actually have pulled that back down. I think last year,
We're at 10x.
yeah, we're about a 10x. So,
Over 13 million a year.
yep, yeah, so very substantial. You then have, again, this is a local company. Sutera does bed and bath products. You can kind of see the growth that we've had here. For Sutera, they have a base 10% commissions. Again, this is a single year. This is a single year here, and not even quite a year. This is about 9 months. We did, just shy of $500,000 in sales for them. Kept their AOV at about on par with what they were seeing, even with our discounting strategy. But the conversion rate is really where we shine. Their on-site conversion rate sits sub 2%. The affiliate channel is overall is a little over 5%. So again, a very effective, very efficient channel. Again, almost a 6x ROAS here. Egyptian Linens, another bed and bath brand that's based out of California. They've done phenomenally well, and we've seen a ton of growth through these guys. Really where we found a lot of success with their program is integrating some of the technology partnerships, doing exit pops, doing email retargeting. That's where we found a lot of success with these guys. They have a very interesting discounting strategy. Generally, you'll find their site on sale always at least a 20% discount. So for affiliates, we couldn't just lean into couponing and discounting. That wasn't a strategy that would resonate because you could always find that on their site. So we had to use other types of affiliates for them. So again, you look at revenue, almost a 300% growth in revenue for these guys. You can kind of see it here on the chart. So again, another fantastic program for us. Last one is Zero Res. Again, I mentioned franchise carpet cleaning system. They have about 85 franchises. Franchises are generally not done in affiliate programs because of how difficult it is trying to manage all of those locations. We figured out how to do it, how to work with their corporate office. We implemented them on impact.com for a couple of reasons. One of them is they wanted to be able to track offline affiliates. So the local realtor, the local dry cleaner that would refer business to them, they wanted to be able to capture those folks. So Impact has a QR code tracking solution as well. So you can take offline to online and still track them. We did a ton with them, like I said, in the realtors and the moving sector for them as well. Again, as you look at them and their growth, we had some nice growth here in really the first year.
That was a tracking issue where it dropped.
Yeah, this here is a tracking issue that came because they broke their own tracking. But then you look at the growth that we experienced in the second half of that, or I guess in the second year for them was just tremendous. Again, you look at revenue. I think for them, we went from about just shy of $1 million in revenue in the first year to over $2 million in the second. So again, fantastic results. We love these, but if you look at every single one of our program, the real reason why I'm so passionate about affiliate marketing is it comes in as your cheapest cost per acquisition channel. So you can help all of the expenses that you're putting into Google, into Meta, with their costs that we know are rising, you can actually help to balance that out with running an affiliate program. So I think that's all we've got here. Would love to open it up for questions. Happy to answer any questions you guys have surrounding affiliate programs.
Is affiliate marketing in general, how does it change when the product is like subscription based? So payments, commissions, things like that.
Yeah, love it. So my first real big experience was with Ancestry.com, subscription-based business, right? So it actually does phenomenally well. So Ancestry at the time, their real model was, we want people to get into a 14-day free trial subscription that then auto bills for a year after that. So we wouldn't pay the affiliate for that free trial, right? So you can do it, you can delay payment. And like I mentioned with Zero Res, we have those two different actions. One was the booking, the other was the completion of the actual cleaning. You can do the same thing with, with the subscription. So let's say you have hey, I'll give you a 30-day trial on this, a free trial to my subscription. If you like it, continue on. You can still take that same year, it could be a month, it could be a year, that you then commission out on. In the affiliate world, if you have a monthly payment, you can make a decision whether you want to pay the publisher for each subsequent renewal, or you just want to pay them a one-time fee up front. You get to decide that, and based on the marketplace, both can be successful. I've run programs that do it both ways. So yeah, it's highly successful for subscription businesses. Back when, this is in the early days of the internet with AOL and Net Zero, they had a dial-up subscription service to get internet. They drove their business growth off of affiliate marketing. So.
Yeah, I was going to mention we have a supplement brand, and they offer 2 different commissions. If it's like a one-time purchase, you get X commission, and for affiliates, if they get the person to do the subscription model where they're getting the supplements every month, there's another commission where it's ongoing. So it kind of incentivizes the affiliates to really push the subscription model with that company too. So you can kind of play around with your commission structure.
That answer your question?
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely. Thank you.
Is there a way to do like a hybrid between like the cost per lead and the percentage, and like do like a mix of the three? Or okay.
100%. Yeah. So I'll give you the example of the insurance industry. Because it's a long sales cycle, they pay primarily on a cost per lead. But if you can get somebody, especially on a high value insurance policy, they will pay a residual commission on that as well. So you can do a lead model up front and then a percent of the value ongoing. So yes, you can do both. Yeah. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, do you segregate different affiliates to the brands? Because not every affiliate writes for the brand.
No, 100%. I don't know if you.
Just kind of like based on like recruiting and our vetting process. That kind of
Well, yeah. So while the example that I'll give you here, so we have our house list of 70,000 known affiliates. We don't apply those to each brand equally. There are some affiliates that will work. Let's say it's a content publisher that's very focused on the lawn and garden space, the outdoor space. Great. They're going to be a great partner for Greenworks. They wouldn't be a great partner for Sutera, who is a bed and bath brand. So yes, understanding what their content is and what their focus is. So especially when you look at the content affiliates or even influencers, you kind of have to match them to the program. Now there are some the big mass media publishers, the coupon and deal sites. You'll find that they're willing to promote anything, and because of their large consumer base, they can be successful doing a Greenworks program or a Sutera program or a supplements program because they have all those sub-segments inside of their audience. So, yeah.
We have a $30,000 device. We already implemented an affiliate program, but it's more through influencers, and they aren't taking it serious enough. So they can get anywhere from 5% for a referral, 10% for a demo, all the way up to 20%. They train them on the device. So we have it in place, but the influencers are so busy with their own stuff, we're not getting the referrals.
Yeah.
So my question is, in the health and wellness market, who would be best to go after to join the affiliate program?
No, it's a great question. Where we find a lot of, so if you just want high level exposure, the influencer marketplace is really great, right? They'll give you, high level views of that, of your product. They'll give you some eyeballs. What they won't generally do is engage at a deeper level, right? So they're looking at you as one opportunity, but they have 20 other opportunities stacked up, and they can only spend so many cycles talking about you. Where we really find a lot of success in that space is actually with the content publishers. People who have blogs, people who have content sites, or who are writing articles specifically around that sector. So if they've got a known audience that's already visiting them for great content, getting them to write content on you, giving them product so that they can review it, those kind of folks are very, very successful with that deeper engagement rather than just high-level promotion. You think of, the marketing funnel, right? The very high up on there is just about awareness. That's probably not who you really want. You want people who are more mid to lower funnel who will do a lot of education work on your behalf, especially if your device takes a bit of education. Partnering with them on those educational pieces are important.
So we also have an affiliate program for for my company and stuff. I want to know, how do you usually work with influencer and stuff? Because we also experience with sending product to influencer, but they never do anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like sometimes a little bit frustrating. Like, do you guys like when you send? How do you approach it? When you approach them, do you say, "Hey, can you try this product? If you like that, we would love to give you an affiliate code."
Yep.
Or should I just say, "Hey, try this product. This is the affiliate code." Or
Yep.
like ask them to sign a contract.
Yeah, so generally we don't like to set, one, I'll use Greenworks. We were actually just on a call with their international team, their international influencer teams today. We, in the affiliate world, don't like to send any product out till we have a relationship with them. So we need them to join our program first. We need to negotiate what the commission rate split's going to look like first. We then throw a layer on top of it. And Ellie does a lot of this work where if we're going to give high ticket product out, so let's say it's going to cost us, a couple $100 to $1,000, we're not going to send that product out unless we have a bespoke contract with them to say, here's what you're going to do in order to get this product. You want my product. So we had an example. Greenworks has some transportation products. So they have a go-kart and some mini bikes, like mini motorcycles, electric bikes, that sell for $1,500 to $3,000 a piece. This influencer who we were working with said, oh yeah, I really want it. This is gonna be great. I joined your program and I have some of your product that I use personally, but I'd really like you guys to send me 2 of these go-karts and 2 of these mini bikes. So it's gonna be like a $10,000 product gift to him. We went back to him and said, one, we don't know you well enough yet to give you that much product. We can give you a mini bike or a go-kart. But in order to do that, we're now going to require that you, and we actually put it on the influencer, say, how are you going to promote this? What is going to be the promotional plan that you're going to commit to? So we get them to say, okay, it's going to be X number of posts, X number of reels, X number of videos that I'm going to post on YouTube Shorts. It's going to be, whatever that promotional plan looks like. It's only then that we will agree to send them the product. Because the influencer world is changing, and it's changing tremendously. Brands used to love to just give out product and say, oh, we'll eventually get that in the back end. But like you're experiencing, you send out a bunch of product that they don't ever do anything for. You don't ever get a single post. You don't get a single mention inside of their platforms. And you end up just kind of wasting a bunch of money in product offering that you're sending out to them. So we've kind of taken the different tack there.
Yeah. Question?
Yeah. Other question? Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so my business isn't necessarily like a single product.
Uh-huh.
It's a supply store, so there's many products.
Yep.
How do you feel like would be the best way to like structure something like that? Would it be like, they give a discount code and then they get like a better discount themselves? Or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think is best for that?
So we generally steer away from what I would call either the multi-level strategy or a 2-step strategy where we're giving them further discounts on theirs. These affiliates, while they may want to get your product and they may say, hey, like we find this a lot in the supplement space, right? So you get an influencer who loves some protein powder that we offer. They want to use it to be able to, they want to get a discount code to be able to buy it themselves, but they also want to promote it to all of their followers. So we generally wouldn't provide a different coupon code for one group versus another. Now, if it's one of our high-level affiliates, we may quietly give them something on the back end. It's not done through the affiliate program. They don't get a commission off of it, so they're not getting a discount and a commission off their own personal sales. But because of that, we'll give them a slightly higher rate that we'll just give to them directly. But we wouldn't do it through the affiliate program per se. We actually have a lot. So I'll take the supplement company that we work with. I want to say they probably have 50 or 70 SKUs, all different types of supplements, shakers, the whole like. So they have their catalog. The way that I would set it up is 100% on a percent of sale. You don't want to do it on a lead model. You don't want to do it on a fixed price because all of those SKUs come in at very different price points. So do it as a percent of sale that you can be comfortable with, whether that's 10%, 15%, whatever it is that you're going to pay. Build into the equation though, hey, I'm going to give coupon codes, so I know I'm going to give away an extra 10%. And so just build your model that way to know that you're comfortable in what you're promoting. So, yeah.
Sure, just 2 more quick.
You're fine.
First of all, it would be nice to just outsource it. In my career, such I don't have the money. You
Yep.
can outsource it to your company. Eventually, I would love to. I want to understand a little bit of like you had 70,000 affiliates you're working with. Let's say on average, how many? What's the percentage of when you reach out to people, try to build this relationship? Let's say I have a small brand.
Yeah.
How many percentage you engage with and end up letting a contract or like say, hey, I'm going for it. I want to.
I'm going to engage. I'm going to let Ellie answer that because that's what she does all day, every day.
Yeah.
I would say percentage, I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like it's very low. Like I probably send, of every 1,000 emails I'm sending, I maybe get like 10 people that join our program that are going to promote. So it's a lot of work on the back end of just, because a lot of times people are getting tons of sales emails or getting tons of things. And that's kind of what it seems like from us as well, even though it's more beneficial to the affiliates. But I think, yeah, like it's a lot of behind the scenes to just get the build up. Like I think now for Greenworks, we have close to 1,000 affiliates on our program.
Yeah.
But that's been like a 2-year process of really engaging both on network and off network of trying to help them build a program. So I think it gets easier as you continue to engage and your program is doing better because then affiliates see your program as lucrative for themselves and it makes them more willing to want to be a part of it and to have your products being a part of their channels, but it definitely takes a long time to kind of build up that base.
I just have a quick follow-up question.
Yeah.
Do you just have a pool of people you reach out to? Like, how does a database work?
So within each network, there's the whole list of every single affiliate that's a part of that network, and so there's different tools that are built in there where you can search for all of the affiliates that are in the content space or that are doing certain types of promotions. But then we also, when we go off network, we have our own base that we've built up just because we have all the affiliates in our different programs. So we'll kind of like, oh, if we have an affiliate on Suterra and they would also work for a different brand that we launched, then we could reach out to them and say, hey, we have a new opportunity for you. But then we also will go through and do the keyword kind of matching and see if, okay, hey, if I look up sheets or I look up bath products, what are the content publishers already making posts about these products and try to reach out to them. There's also other platforms. It's called Affilistash. It's like a different type of like recruitment tool where they have a whole different database of a bunch of different affiliates that you can then go and cross-reference and try to find that will work for your different programs. So there's like a lot of different ways that I kind of go about it. Also just like going on YouTube and seeing what people are already posting, making content, going on Instagram and doing the same thing. So it's kind of like a bunch of different tools that we use in order to find all of them.
Just to set expectations so I know. So I definitely messaged like 100, nothing. I'm like, okay, if it's 1,000.
Yes.
And honestly, like the one thing that I will tell you, if you're thinking about starting a program, well, yes, come and use an agency. We would love to engage with you. But if you're not and you're trying to do it in-house, you have to have some dedicated resources. Just standing up a program putting it on your website and assuming that people are going to come and find it, it's just not going to happen. Even with big brands, it doesn't happen. You actually have to spend the legwork to go engage, to go recruit, to then go and empower and activate them once they've even been recruited. You saw, can't even, one of the slides that we had here, we have 600 or so affiliates. Of those, 134 of them were active, meaning they were actively driving clicks and sales to us. The work is not done once you recruit them. When we report back to our affiliates, we report back to them every week. We tell them, here's how many, or sorry, not to our affiliates, to our brands, here's how many affiliates we've recruited, and here's how many active affiliates are in your program. The active affiliate number is the number that we really care about because they're the ones driving results for you.
Is that true? Sorry, like, is that true that let's say you have 100 affiliates that working for you? What percentage of them drive sales?
20 to 25%.
So after you selected them,
Correct. Yeah, it literally comes down to the successful affiliates. Yeah.
What do you guys do to just like to enrich like the golden affiliate? Like, what do you guys do to help, like, for the people, the affiliate who drive sales for you? How do you maintain those relationships?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are some things?
So each of them are different. I'll give you an example of how I grew the Ancestry program. So again, I started from nothing. It was doing nothing in terms of its sales. We had a thesis that the more individual time that we spent with our top affiliates, the better. So Ancestry was launching a family tree maker software. They were going through and launching it, and they wanted to bring some people in to do some evaluation of that product. So my first year, I ran an affiliate conference where I paid for 4 of our top affiliates to fly in to Provo. We set them up in their hotel. We paid for their food. We had them come in and do some product evaluation and give feedback on the product. We also took them to a couple of events and did some different things. In the month after we did that, the first month after, those 4 affiliates, their increase in sales paid for that entire event. So in the first month. So we said, great, this seemed to work, let's grow it. The next year, we brought our top 10 affiliate publishers. Again, in the first month, the entire expense, and we took them up to Park City, put them up in the Hotel Park City up there, and really spent some money to make it a nice event. The first month after they came, that group alone paid for it, not to mention the rest that they brought to us just in growth. So we kept on doing that, for the 5 years that I ran that program. Every year we did that, and we kept on growing the number of affiliates. Absolutely paid for it. So what it told me is that one-to-one communication. You don't have to have an affiliate conference. That can be successful and that can be a strategy. But we find that the individual communication, we have one of our big influencers down in Las Vegas. We spend a lot of time with him because he is a top 5 affiliate, not just on the initial program that we recruited him into, but to every program that we've then brought him on. We give him product. We engage with him differently to make sure that he has the content he needs so that he can do all of the work for us. But he, again, is a top 5 in 4 or 5 of our programs right now.
Yep.
And just does a tremendous job. So it is that true one-to-one engagement that can happen on an email, that can happen on a phone call, that can happen on a Google Meet. That, you can even spend time in person. There are a couple of affiliate, large affiliate industry conferences, and then each of those networks have their own affiliate conference. Meeting publishers at those events works wonders. Especially the very large publishers. We meet with them every single time. We'll take them to dinner. We'll do different stuff with them just so we can work on the relationship. That relationship time pays off. That's why I call affiliate marketing relationship marketing. So that help? That answer it? Okay. Any other questions? I know we're getting close to overtime here.
I have one more question.
Sure.
How, like, since I'm like pre-opening my company,
Yeah.
how quick would you like establish those relationships, and how many affiliates would you say would be smart to start out with? I just don't know if it like gets saturated and if that's like
Yeah. So the more the merrier when it comes to affiliates. Again, they're not going to be overt and in your face. You'll see, the Google retargeting or Meta retargeting be much more in your face than you would ever see an affiliate be in your face. So don't worry about too many affiliates. There's not a saturation point there.
The one thing I
okay.
would say is with like specifically affiliates that are just doing coupon codes, to kind of maybe be a little bit more selective with that, so you don't just have like a bunch of codes out there that are just like, oh, here's a 10% off on every single website. Kind of maybe pick a few that you think are going to be more beneficial and be within your kind of frame of your company, and then because I feel like that's where we can kind of get some saturation there.
The other thing that and we've done this before, where people love affiliate marketing, so that is their only mode of marketing. I would not recommend it. This is not a standalone. I think of the online marketing landscape of, you've got the Googles and Metas as those big rock opportunities out there. Affiliates are the sand, and they fill in the rest of that ecosphere. But if you just have the sand, you don't get enough attention to your brand. You don't get enough in your face marketing that you need to truly develop that brand and that presence in the space. So I wouldn't lead with affiliate marketing, but it makes a great accompaniment to other strategies. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off. If you guys have other questions now, we're happy to stick around, answer any questions you guys have individually. I have a card here. If you guys ever have questions, just want to pick our brains, whatever, happy to do that as well. So thank you guys for your time.